And like I said, it's going to be very awesome to be back at Loftus.
Now, to some sad news here on Setanta Sports News. We launched this channel more than a year and a half ago, on November the 29th, 2007 to be precise. During that time, it's been an absolute pleasure to bring you the very latest breaking news from the world of sports. You've helped make this channel great, and we've enjoyed very much reading the hundreds of thousands of texts and emails you've sent us.
But after 572 days, 13,728 hours, and what must be millions of minutes, it's time for us to say farewell. Throughout that time, we've brought you more than just the day's news. We've invited you, the fans, to take part in our coverage, and many of you were here in the studio on Saturday afternoons along with us.
Well, we produced several special programmes, including the Steve Claridge Phone-In, the Steve Bunce Boxing Hour, and of course our weekly look into the world of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, Ultimate Talk. Most importantly, though, we've been incredibly proud to bring you the stories of the day from every sport, regardless of the rights holder.
But for reasons you've all read about over the past few weeks, we can no longer continue. So there's just time for us to say goodbye from everybody here at Setanta Sports News, and thank you very much for watching.
Take your time to trust in me, and you will find infinity.
Welcome to Setanta Sports News.
First, with all the latest action and reaction 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Lewis Hamilton is the new Formula One world champion.
Theo Walcott hits stunning hat-trick as England win in Croatia.
Manchester United add Champions League to Premier League title.
Take your time to trust in me, and you will find.
Still hopeful you'll be able to make it out there on Thursday?
I'll definitely be playing Thursday, yeah. Yeah, definitely, no question about that, unless I injure it again.
Rory Carrington will take his place on the first tee at Royal Birkdale despite battling with a wrist injury.
But if today's round is anything to go by, the desire still seems to be there, and the shark seems to be fishing for more.
I think it's great, I really do.
Breaking news, and Podrick Harrington lifts the claret jug for the second year running with a 4-shot victory over Ian Poulter.
England cricket captain Kevin Peterson has quit in the wake of his rift with coach Peter Moores, who's been sacked.
In Andrew Strauss, they've gone for the safe and sensible option.
The difficult job now is obviously with Strauss as captain. He's got to sort of unify the dressing room.
It's vitally important for the England team going forward that we get the best out of Kevin Peterson, and I believe that I can work with him very closely.
If David Beckham steps out on this pitch in the country he once called home, he'll equal a record that'll see him further propelled into the history books.
David Beckham has equalled the late Bobby Moore's record of 108 England caps.
It's any child's dream just to play for their country, let alone be up there and we have the same games as a World Cup winning captain, so yeah, I'm very honoured.
Do you hope that this week the players have finally got into their heads that indiscipline isn't tolerated?
It's having that control in the heat of the battle and also trusting our defence. We've said all week our defence is good. We need to trust it.
Well, the transfer window has now closed, barring, of course, those special cases, any extensions that we might want to have and deals that are already going through.
Quite pleased that we kept Santa Cruz. We've rejected 3 bids from Manchester City.
It's heartbreaking news for Michael Johnson. His move to Newcastle United has broken down.
And I think there's sort of conflicting reports really coming out of the north. I was just listening to Andy there, and we were told that the bid was categorically rejected.
Now, straight away live to Jamie Weir, who's been at Spurs training ground all day for us.
Robbie Keane is back at White Hart Lane and Spurs fans will be absolutely delighted.
1 second. I think they are nervous because we are at the top of the table. So I want to be clear that I don't want to play mind games too early.
I'm not giving up this England shirt without fight, and I'm not giving up playing for England without fight.
Halfpenny outside him. Here's Halfpenny. What a start by Wales in the second half. Oh, what a difference.
The big sort of story over here is really the pitch and the condition it's in, and it could cause a few problems, especially with the way Chelsea and United like to play this expansive football.
Well, wherever Dwayne Chambers goes, the media circus isn't far behind. But his dream is still to represent his country at the Olympics, despite the fact that that dream could be shattered by an injury in this sport.
I'm a top man.
Team GB have arrived home from Beijing following their best Olympic performance for 100 years.
It's great that the team was so successful. I think we really needed that in the build-up to 2012.
I'm getting fists in the air, I'm getting thumbs, I'm getting people running after me with cameras. It's mad.
It's going to be an extremely exciting year for me.
Westcott deflected it in! And Kettering at level!
Obviously, you want the big ones, don't you? You want the Manchester Uniteds, the Liverpools.
It's a cup match, and all you want to do is win.
Sean O'Driscoll's side first have to deliver a knockout blow to Aston Villa.
Fabio Capello doesn't do that. He makes sure he only tells them a couple of hours prior to kick-off to keep everyone really focused in training.
And what a night it's turning into for Fabio Capello in England.
Take your time to trust in me, and you will find.
You're not allowed to tip Coventry ever again.
That's Coventry, West Brom,
You better not tell him
Stoke City.
Yes.
Right.
Blimey.
That's why it's got my name on the tiles. So you punches out. That's what I do. I get paid for talking. If I came in and did like stuff like that, it'd be rubbish, wouldn't it?
Vitaly and Vladimir were spinning a coin between the two of them as to who was going to fight David. Vitaly wanted to do it. I think they view David as a threat.
David Haye, Vladimir Klitschko, the undisputed cruiserweight champion versus the undisputed heavyweight champion. It has to happen.
These guys nuts. I just want to tell you.
David sat here and told us they consider David, the Klitschko brothers, a doddle. An absolute doddle, and I think they're miscalculating things.
David Haye just got to pick his punches now. And there he goes with a left hook and then a right. And he's down again, Barrett. And this time, I can't see him getting back up again.
Welcome to Ultimate Talk, our regular look at the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Within the next 10 years, this will be the biggest sport in the world. Bigger than American football, bigger than soccer, bigger than anything.
This is Dan Hardy. Watch Ultimate Talk on Setanta Sports News.
Makes sense about the Robbie Keane issue. Whatever you say about Robbie Keane, he's a good player.
Well, if Chelsea's still got a chance, and they're on the same points as Liverpool, I still believe Liverpool have a chance, but they're going to have to shake themselves out of it.
Niall from Ireland, he calls himself a disgusted Liverpool fan. He says Rafa can win in Europe, but when it comes to the league, he is a disaster.
I wouldn't say disaster. I mean, at least they've been competitive.
The biggest thing we're lacking is a little bit of belief. And we need to find a win from somewhere to get that.
Yeah.
And to dump Blackburn in the mire, I think would have given everybody a lift.
Yeah. James, is that going to come and fight you on the bottom, that one?
Hi there, welcome to Setanta Sports Saturday, especially if you're viewing us on Setanta Sports 1. Good to have you with us this afternoon. My name is Ashley House. Viv Anderson is here, our betting expert, the Wizard of Odds is here, Nigel Seeley, and we're also joined by David and Ian, West Ham and Bolton fans. Good afternoon to you this afternoon. Now, this is the first time we've done this. Again, in hand. Let's go, though, back to Craven Cottage, where about an hour and a bit ago, Mushtaq said 2-1 to Blackburn. What's the score, Mushtaq?
It was 2-1 to Blackburn.
Let's go, though, to Danny. Danny, you can tell us, there's a big smile on Danny's face now. Why is that?
Robbie Keane just got a great delivery from Darren Ben. You know, always rated him. Terrific player.
And it's all very well and good talking about the fun aspect of 2020, but at the end of the day, one has to remember there is a serious element to it all.
The fans will be packed in to the stadiums, and I, for one, totally agree with it.
Setanta Sports News, your sports news channel.